Hello and good evening. Welcome back to Ghost Stories with Joanna. This is episode 2. It is now on Spotify as well. So let me know where you're watching this from. Are you on Spotify? Are you watching this on YouTube? Are you just listening to this? Today, we are delving back into the spooky depths of the supernatural and paranormal side of Reddit. We are looking at r/ghost stories. Fitting. I know, it's fitting. If you haven't watched or listened to the previous episode, the link will be in the description, or you can check out the podcast link down there too. And my brain stopped working. Great start. This is a great start. Come on, brain, you can do it. I believe in you. First and foremost, are you all hydrated today? This is coffee, but I have done well and drank water as well already today. So I'm allowed to have a coffee, she tells herself. Just gotta remember that is actually there, because when I do any content whilst I have a coffee or a warm drink next to me, I'm sorry, I can't sit straight either. I tend to forget about it. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. This is r/ghost stories, and the first story is I'm in awe and shock. Try to narrate it as I would actually be telling a ghost story. Shall I try? I'm in awe and shock. I'm in shock because my great uncle recently passed away and I moved into his house, and a few minutes ago at 1:12 a.m. I saw him. Bam, bam. She saw him. They saw him. I don't know why I said she. Sorry. He wasn't looking at me, but I saw him. I think he saw me too. You just said he wasn't looking at you, but okie dokie. He came closer and closer until I could make out his face. I scrambled for my phone, trying to turn on the light, but he just smiled and then was gone. Oh dear. So now I'm just sitting here trying to process what just happened, and it's all really hard to understand. Why did he choose me? He wasn't the nicest man, I knew, but he was a good one. I never even got to say goodbye, but I think that was his way of saying bye. I'm gonna watch this back and just cringe now. Because unfortunately, I do have to watch it back. I have to watch myself back and listen to myself over and over and over again whilst I edit. I know, it's so difficult being me, because I have to listen to myself constantly every single day. And you're choosing to... Let's not insult our viewers and listeners, Joanna. Let's not do that. Anyway, to the story. What do you mean, why did he choose me? Were you close to your uncle? You said he wasn't the nicest, but he was good. So at least he wasn't an evil man, because that wouldn't be fun, would it, to see an evil relative return? But maybe it was just him trying to say goodbye to you. Yes, I do believe in ghosts. That's why I'm doing this podcast. But I am also skeptical. I do try to be skeptical, but I also just romanticize the paranormal and like the idea of an afterlife and a ghost, and I also believe in them because I've had experiences with them. So anyway, at least it wasn't at 2 a.m. like in the previous episode. Everything seemed to happen at 2 a.m. Don't be awake at 2 a.m. Just go to sleep. Unless you're like me and can't. Last night I did not sleep properly. Couldn't sleep. It was a nightmare. I'm pretty sure I might have fallen asleep before 2 a.m. I'm not sure. When did you fall asleep last night? I just wish I could just fall asleep easier. But God gave me this brain and was like, yeah, that's a good one. Here you go. Good luck. And just kicked me into this dimension and was like, well, that's that. Yeah, that's that. Okay, well, that was a short one, but that was a good one. And maybe the uncle literally just wanted to say goodbye, and maybe he was doing that to other members of the family too that he didn't get to see and say goodbye to, which I think is quite heartwarming, really. So let's try find one that's not heartwarming. Because I like the scary ones and the creepy ones, and I'm scary and creepy. Oh, no, I found one. It's like a longish one. We like it. This is about a child, and I love children. Is it just me, or does anybody else just find kids creepy? You know, when you're watching a horror movie and there's a child involved, you know full well that child is going to be the creepiest thing in that movie. Under 5 or 10, under 8, I would say. Creepy child. It's going to be creepy. They're going to ruin my life and I'm going to cry. It's a good job I don't have children in it. If I had a child, I know full well that they would be a little creep. Oh, they would be talking to ghosts and creeping me out and probably just doing it on purpose and lying to me because they would be like me, and I'm going off on one. Shall we get on with this story? Shall we do it in the spooky voice again? I just kicked you. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. My son scares me. Oh, yay. Hey, everyone. So, yeah, my child scares me. There have been a few incidents, but I will share the very first one with you. Oh, Lordy, give me strength. Isn't Lordy a band? Yes, Lordy, please give me strength. About 2 to 3 years ago, my son, who was 4 at the time, was lying in bed with me and we were trying to fall asleep. What did I tell you about the age? What did I tell you? 4 is prime age for creepiness, isn't it? Carrying on. He was doing the usual kid thing when they're fighting their sleep. Rolling around, speaking gibberish, playing with his hands, then all of a sudden, he stops and I feel him sit up in bed. I am pretending to be asleep, so I just stay still and quiet. Then I hear him having a conversation, but I can only hear his side. Oh, God. Why do kids always end up talking to ghosts? It's like, oh look, there's a creepy thing over there. A person who kind of doesn't look right. I'm going to talk to them and I'm going to befriend them. Why is that? Just why? Why? Why, children? Why? This is the conversation. What did you say? What? I'm trying to go to bed. You go get it. It's downstairs. That way. No, I'm trying to sleep. You go downstairs. What? I can't hear you. Come here. At least it was like a innocent kind of discussion. And that's when I jumped out of bed and flipped the bedroom light on, because he is not about to invite whatever this thing is into bed with us. And I asked him, buddy, who are you talking to? And he points in the corner of the room and says, over there. And I said, baby, I can't see who it is. You need to tell me who it is. Is it a boy or a girl? The child looks at me and says, monster. Oh, flip sake, no. And I'm gonna guess it's not like Sully from Monsters Inc. His name's Sully, right? Not gonna be, something like that. No, it's gonna be creepy. I had a moment where panic ran through me. But growing up, I had many paranormal experiences myself. So I sat with him and asked him, "Do you want the monster to leave you alone?" And he said, "Yeah." So I had him repeat after me, and we told the monster to go away and that he was not welcome to be in our home. My son decided to end it with, "Yeah, leave me alone." It's a 4-year-old. You're like, "Leave me alone, go away." 2 minutes later, my son was sound asleep. I, however, was up for another few hours after that, and this was the beginning of my child saying absolutely creepy shit. I mean, you said that you have paranormal experiences yourself, so I wonder if you used to see like things too and you were very sensitive to the paranormal. But still, exercise the child, throw holy water on him. I don't know if that works, but whatever works. Maybe don't exercise your child. Maybe cleanse your house though. I would cleanse the house and the child. Sage that shit. Yeah, be cleansing stuff. I never want children. Do you know there's the girl with the list on TikTok? That should be on the list. Children talking to ghosts and weird demonic things that no one else can see but them. That should be on the list because that's one reason I wouldn't want children. Possessed by the devil. I don't actually believe all children are. Just a few, like my brother and sister. They were definitely possessed as children. Can confirm. That's a joke. They weren't possessed. They did, however, like to talk to a little boy who was not there. And why is it always in the corner of the room? Imagine having 2 children, right? So my brother and sister are 18 months apart. So imagine having 2 5, 6-year-olds, and they're sat at the corner of the room, in the living room, playing, and they're talking to the wall, both of them. And we were like, that's a bit weird. Like, "Oh, who are you talking to?" And they both simultaneously turned to face us and went, "Oh, the little boy, he's our friend." And then just proceeded to play with someone who wasn't there. This is why you don't have children. To scare you. I mean, my brother and sister are a lot older now, but still, I like to remind them of that. You creepy little sods. It's not the reason I don't have children. That's really not for this podcast. Moving on. Okie dokie. Oh, fun. This is another one that's, is it about children? I don't think it's about children. Okay, it's not about children. That's fine. That's better. But the title is Demon in Sister's Bedroom. They're just like her ex something. Yeah, there's a lot of skeletons in this room, and they can fuck off. This experience occurred when I was 10. Oh, it does involve kids. Great. In my parents' house around 2012, when the world was supposed to end, but it didn't. Did it? We're still all here, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your perspective on life, I suppose. Carrying on. I had gone to bed that night feeling very uneasy, as if something was watching me. To note, I have had no other paranormal experiences besides this and have never suffered from any hallucinations, so this experience is no trick of my mind. Good to know. So no sleep paralysis this time. Now I have hiccups. Brilliant. Let's not do this right now, please, body. Back to the story. Anyway, throughout the night, I was completely unable to fall asleep. Whatever this feeling was, it was persistent. Eventually, My bladder forced me to go to the bathroom. Yeah, been there every sodding night. Though I was extremely uncomfortable with leaving the safety of my room. To understand the story, I must tell you that my hallway is positioned in such a way so that when I go between the bathroom and my room, I can see directly down into my sister's old bedroom. She had moved to university. The door to my sister's bedroom was always left half open and was always dark. Anyway, I rushed to the bathroom and done my business and washed my hands. Yet, as I walked across the hall, I felt compelled to look into my sister's room. Don't look. I know you already did, but don't look. Oh God. Would you look? I would probably look. The curiosity in me would just be like, I'm gonna look, even though I am still, to this day, kind of scared of the dark. Honestly. Some nights. And I am afraid of ghosts. Yes. Is actually a fear of mine, hence why paranormal investigations would not be fun with me. I would just scream and cry and run away. Probably get possessed or something. I will never forget what I saw. Standing in the dark of my sister's room was a great dark figure. It had long horns as of a ram, yet longer. Its body was that of a man, yet its legs, I think, were like a goat, and was probably 7 foot tall and shrouded in darkness. The worst thing was its hands, black with long fingers and fingernails. One of these massive hands was slowly waving at me, as if taunting me. Its black eyes met mine, and for a few grueling seconds, I just stood there in shock. Anyway, let's finish this and then I'll speak. I felt such an evil, unholy presence emanating from it. I don't know how, but I knew this thing had come from the pits of hell, and also I felt that it was here solely for me and my soul. After those few seconds, I rushed back in my room and stood watch for the remainder of the night. I have never had anything like this happen to me after, and for that I am very grateful. I believe that the only reason that foul spirits did not follow me was due to the Vatican cross upon my bedroom door. Okay, let's unpack this, shall we? I have thoughts. I am not saying that this experience is garbage, because they may have actually seen this. It could have been not true. It's the internet. You can't believe everything. But they did say that, it wasn't a hallucination or anything. It could have been. You could have been dreaming. It could have been like you were tired and just saw some weird thing. You also said that you are Catholic, I'm guessing, because you had a Vatican cross on the door. I don't know, religious psychosis. Is that a thing? Probably, actually. People see Jesus, don't they? I also don't like the depiction of, like, devils and demons, because that whole depiction of, like, half man, half goat, with, like, the goat's head and the hooves and stuff, that's not even anything to do with Christianity. That's actually the father god in pagan mythology, Celtic, like Wicca. I know there's a lot of discourse about Wicca out there, but if you actually look at the old history and the religion, so to speak, of Wicca, the whole half man, half beast was actually the father. So the mother was the moon, and the father was the half man, half beast, and them two come together and breed humans and animals alike. That's basically the gist of it, So the whole, like, concept of the whole image of the devil actually comes from the bastardization of another pagan belief. They wanted to use propaganda, basically, the church did, to try to claim that paganism, any kind of paganism, was heresy, and they were all Satan worshippers and possessed by the devil and all this jazz. But I said it in my other episode where you can feel that uneasiness, that kind of like creepiness, that something's bad. You can kind of just feel it in yourself. Like, call it intuition, call it just like survival instinct, whatever. But you can feel that something's not right. So it could have been a demon. But also, it is alleged that demons tend to also like to shapeshift. Some of them can shapeshift. So if that demon knew that, or that entity or dark spirit or whatever you want to call it might have known, they have a cross on their door, I'm going to mess with them. So I'm going to shapeshift into something that they'll be afraid of. I don't like mentioning Harry Potter, but like the boggart in Harry Potter, even though that's not what a boggart is in British folklore. Anyway, I'm not going on another friggin' rant about something else. I just mention Harry Potter and the boggart in it because a lot of people will be familiar with that, and that is what demons may potentially do. They may shapeshift and try to look scary to the person they're trying to intimidate. But yeah, it could have literally been like something to do with religion, though. I'm gonna guess religious psychosis is a thing. I'm not saying that like all Roman Catholics are psychotic. It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that there has been like people out there and they're like, I've seen Jesus and I spoke to God and I've seen God, and I'm not saying that they haven't, but our minds, our brains are nuts. Our brains are a very, very mystical thing. Honestly, when you think about it, we are a very strange species, us humans. And honestly, if I was a demon, I'd like to mess with us too. Even if I was just like a ghost and I could do things, I would mess with people. I would be a poltergeist. I'd be an annoyance. Moving on to the next story, shall we? No one's making me read these stories and no one's making me do this. But every time I read like some of the titles, I'm just like, oh, this is scary. I don't want to read this. It's gonna creep me out. But let's go anyway. This one is called I Saw a Doppelganger of My Friend While He Was in the Same Room. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my god. Oh, this is not good. No. I don't know why I'm putting like a voice on. Let's delve, shall we? To be completely honest, I have never used Reddit, nor do I know much about the paranormal, but this experience has been so batshit insane, I desperately need some kind of clarity. Nothing describes this specific experience when I'm looking into it, so I caved and downloaded Reddit in hopes that someone can explain my experience, or has at least had a similar one. I, 19 male, just moved into a new flat today, and it's been quite disastrous. Flat wasn't cleared or cleaned, there was a problem with the lease, my belongings now aren't coming till tomorrow, etc. And I spent the day majorly stressed and upset. I called a friend of mine, 20 male, to complain, and he was nice enough to go out of his way to visit, so we could get food and so I wouldn't be alone on my first night, as my flatmate now isn't moving in for another week. All of that happening, like, it's giving me bad vibes. I know that's because it's in this subreddit, but like, I'm just like, when everything starts like just not working and you're just like, okay, why? I do believe that everything happens for a reason. There are no coincidences in life, and it's just a bit weird to me. The nerves and uncertainty of a new place put us both a bit on edge. The place was furnished, but predominantly empty given my stuff isn't here yet, so it was a tad spooky. Because of this, when it was time for us to go to bed, we decided to just sleep in my bed together. Around 3:30 a.m. witching hour, I woke up to see my friend stood by the open wardrobe, clutching his arms around himself as if he was cold. It was dark, but I could clearly make out the figure. It wasn't a shadow or a silhouette, it was a full, defined person, and it was definitely him. He was wearing the pajamas he went to bed in, and I could make out the Scooby-Doo logo on the back of his shirt. Ironic, I know. I could also see his face, and could tell that his head was turned to look at me despite his body facing away. We had joked earlier in the day about a stained and smelly duvet the previous tenants had left behind, and about how we may have to use it for warmth as a last resort, as all I had with me was a throw blanket. Ugh. Ew, no, do not put that on. Just go out and get another blanket. Given the dirty duvet was sat in front of the wardrobe, I assumed he had had enough of the chilly room and had woken up to grab it. I laughed and said something like, "Take it you caved to the cold." He said nothing and just kept looking at me, so I made another joke, assuming he didn't hear me properly. And he did the same thing, just stared. So I called his name, and when I got no response verbally or physically, I called it repeatedly, gradually getting louder and more frightened. I was then met with a response, not from the figure by the wardrobe, but from my friend who was still laying beside me in bed, annoyed that I woke him up. What? I was too busy looking at the wardrobe to notice my friend was still in bed right next to me. I looked between both of them, the figure and my friend, who was still in bed looking at me too, except with a hoodie on over his Scooby-Doo shirt. I started freaking out and shook my friend, trying to get him to look at the wardrobe, but as I was looking at the figure, it just started to fade away. My friend turned on the light but saw nothing. In speaking to my friend, I've learnt it might not even be a spirit attached to the flat, but rather one attached to him. Interesting, didn't expect that. Apparently, he's seen similar apparitions since he was a child, usually differing in appearance, sometimes taking the form of family and friends, but always staring and always stood somewhere in the room late at night. The apparition seems to follow him wherever he goes, not tied to any sort of building, but rather him. He says he knows it's not sleep paralysis because he can always move when he sees it. He says this spirit has always appeared to family and friends before when he shares a bed with them, in the same way it appeared to me. So I suppose that could be it. I'm not sure. I'm a bit concerned, given it's my first night, that I've moved into a haunted flat. My friend also says that the attached ghost had never taken the form of him before, and that seems to be concerning him a little bit. Yeah, it'd concern me too. I've heard that doppelgangers like that are an omen for bad luck, which doesn't surprise me given my horrific luck as of late. This calls for more coffee. So now I'm really confused and quite startled, cause what? I don't really know of what it was I saw, to be honest, but I know I do not want to stay here alone. I had a look at a few similar posts in this subreddit, and I saw that sometimes entities like that feed off stress and fear, and I shouldn't panic when I see them, so I don't give them power. But I think to do that, I need to understand it a bit more, so any advice is very much appreciated. Ooh, I mean, doppelgangers are a thing, aren't they? Like, not just someone who looks like you, but like the story says, like people seeing themselves or someone they know. Also, mimics, they're a thing too, and they're not very nice. So I would just be careful. But if it's attached to your friend, you don't have anything to worry about. Mischievous spirits will just do things to cause mischief and mayhem. So it could have also just been messing with you, or it's something malicious that's attached to your friend. I would be asking your mate so many questions, like, have you ever been hurt by it? Has anything happened? Since when did you have this weird attachment? What's going on? Have you tried to get rid of it? You say like your friends and family have seen it as well, then like, what are you doing? Get rid of the bloody thing. Try to get rid of it. Unless they're not scared of it and it's not malicious, then, or they have tried to get rid of it and it won't go. I don't know. I'm not really versed in demonology and ghostology. Is there a term for the study of ghosts? Yes, parapsychology. That's what it is. Parapsychology. I should have known that. But that's more like psychic stuff. There's also demonology. Honestly, I would be very interested to look into all this and learn about it all, because I do find it very interesting. But yeah, mimics are a thing. Doppelgangers are a thing. Look into that. I would be talking to your friend, being like, hey, explain, and you're not sleeping at my house again? Yeah, no, not for me. Not for me. Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm good. Anyway, that is the end of that. That's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in wherever you tuned in. May that be YouTube or on Spotify. Let me know what you thought of those stories. And could you give these Redditors any advice? Because I don't know anything about anything. Wow, I'm done now. My brain melted. To be fair, I've just been tired today and I feel like my brain's just not okay at the moment. But don't worry, I'm not going to go into it at the end of this episode. I'm going to end the episode. So thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, I hope you all are well and happy and healthy, or as happy and as healthy as you can be. I hope you're staying hydrated and taking care of yourselves. Now, I'm gonna go. So thank you again and sweet dreams.